Thank you for tuning in to Being Brunswick with the Brunswick County Chamber. I would first like to thank my sponsors, Surf Unlimited and Dane Delane Salon in Ocean Isle Beach. You'll be able to see my different wardrobe styles, hair, and makeup throughout the show. We'll be featuring 2 of our chamber members a month and talking about what they do on a daily basis. Today we will be spending time with Mystical Reflections in Calabash and Island Seafood Company in Ocean Isle Beach. I'm here with our first guest on the show, Mystical Reflections in Calabash. This is Felicia. Thank you so much for being on my show today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
You are one of 3 owners of this business, is that correct?
That's correct.
Tell me a little bit about the other owners in the business.
Okay, there is myself, there is Lisa Basin, and Judy Rodriguez.
Okay.
Judy and Lisa are mother and daughter. Judy has been doing stained glass for probably about 12 years.
Wow.
And so she's the one that got Lisa and I both interested in doing stained glass.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the history of this business. You've been around for a long time in Calabash, but you've moved locations. So tell me a little bit about when you started in the history.
Okay, so originally this business was actually in Myrtle Beach. And Patty Llewellyn was the previous owner. And Patty purchased the business and moved it to Calabash. And originally it was on the corner of Carter Street and Thomasboro. And there was a fire in a local attached business and the entire strip mall went down. And so her husband owned this building, which is at 9974, right. And so the business was actually moved here.
Right.
Patty passed away 2 years ago, sadly, and she had been running this business for 20 years. Wow. And so we purchased it in August of 2015.
Well, we're so glad you're here. It's exciting. Most people know stained glass, but there's so many things that you do here, and I don't think people realize all the different services you can offer. Briefly tell me a little bit, we're going to get in more detail later on and what you can do, but tell me briefly all the services that you can offer. Well,
we are, as you can see, we're a stained glass supply house. We pretty much have, if we don't have it here, we can order it and get it in for you. We have classes. We have classes for beginner, intermediate, and advanced. We sell finished goods, which some of these are those of us that own the business actually do a lot of this art, but we have consignment folks as well. Okay. We're trying to do more of a gallery, and we're kind of getting towards that, but we have jewelry, stone art, stained glass right now, so we're building that part of the business up.
Can people come in and buy the supplies, but can they come in and not necessarily do a class, but can they do one-on-one and create whatever they would like to?
They can. The class is only preferable because you learn a lot when you take a class. Okay. And then it's kind of a one size fits, because you come in and let's say you get a beginner's class and it's $45. That includes your instruction, all of your materials, everything to take a completed piece out whenever you leave that day. So that's great. We also have a kiln, and we will do firings for people that do fused glass at home and don't own their own kiln. So we actually offer that as a service as well. Okay.
Yeah. I know most people, and myself, know stained glass from churches, and right. we grew up seeing the beautiful stained glass. Do you do some of that for our local churches, or are you not that big? I mean, do you do things that big?
We have done some things. Patty did more of that than we have done. As I said, we've just taken over. Right. We're actually we've already been commissioned to do a piece at a church in Burlington, or Liberty, which is outside of Burlington. Okay. But we're doing it as, it's going to be a donation. It's a small church, and their stained glass got cracked their church is over 100 years old. And so basically we're going to start from scratch, and we're going to donate it to the church.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Good.
So hopefully we can share the picture of that later
Absolutely,
on.
absolutely. We'd love to see it. Tell me a little bit more about the classes and the ladies' night that you do, because we're excited at the Chamber. The girls and I want to come and do one of the classes, but tell us a little bit more in detail the classes and the ladies' night.
Okay, so right now, if you want to take a class, you come in and ask about availability. Okay. We don't have a schedule per se, because everybody, they're on a, we may say 1 o'clock and nobody shows up, so what is by appointment right now? The ladies' night, this is what our future plans are. Right now, we're open every other Saturday. We want to be open on Saturdays and Tuesday and Thursday nights. Okay. And ladies' night would be where you get a couple of your friends together, bring a bottle of wine, decide that you're going to do your first stained glass piece or your first fused piece. And so that's how we're going to start ladies' night.
That'll be awesome. We're going to we're not going to do a piece of stained glass because, as we talked about before, it takes 2.5 to 3 hours. But you're going to kind of lay out the steps.
Right.
So I think we're gonna go do that,
Okay.
and then I want to talk about the difference between fused and stained glass. I know we've talked about that, but I want my viewers to know the difference between that.
Okay.
So let's go.
All right. We're going to take you into our workstation. We're going to impose on Suzanne. So Suzanne is working on, I like to call it a stained glass curtain, but it's like a valance. And you would have a pattern that you would pick out.
Okay.
And the second step that you would have is to go pick your glass. And glass selection, people don't realize just how important glass selection is. But you want your glass to complement each other. And so a lot of times that takes almost as long as it does to do the piece, because you go out and you lay the glass out so you can see how it's going to react together. We have a light box that whenever we commission a piece, we put it on that light box so they can see what it looks like with light coming through it.
Oh, okay.
Because as you
That's
can
great.
see,
Right.
So you've selected your glass. So when you have your pattern piece, you have to take this piece and you have to cut that piece out so that you have pattern pieces, just like a puzzle. Then you will draw those pattern pieces onto your glass. And when you do that, you see everything is numbered. You will number your pattern, of course, so that you know what fits where. Because when you get this all taken apart, if you don't, you won't know how it goes back. Right. It's not that kind of a classic puzzle. And you can hear that Suzanne is doing some grinding. So once you have cut your pieces out, the next thing you have to do is to put your puzzle together. So you're going to take and you're going to grind the edges of these to get these sharp shards off. And then you're going to fit them. And that's what she's done right here. See how she's fitted the glass? And she's very good at fitting, as you can see. The thing about glass, it's very forgivable. People go, but it breaks. It does. But if you grind a little bit too much, you adjust the next piece. It doesn't have to exactly match your pattern. It's not the end of the world if you don't do that.
Right.
All right, so after you've fitted the pieces together, in this scenario, because there are different types of stained glass, and this particular method is called copper foiling. So copper foiling, what you do is you take copper foil and you will wrap these pieces. Let me see if I can find some copper. Do you have a copper foil?
Right here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, copper foiling. So this is actually a foiler. Okay. This is a godsend. Everybody used to hand wrap glass, like take this and wrap it. Okay, nobody does that anymore. Now you take a piece of glass once it's ground down and you just basically follow this line
And
around.
what is that doing to it?
Well, you adhere it to the glass piece, and then you will burnish it. You will actually make it, because it's sticky on one side. And what it will do, it will have an edge all the way around, and that edge is there so that, so picture this right here with an edge with the copper foil. What that's going to do, that's kind of your glue, because the next step after you get it fitted together, you get your foil done, you're going to take your solder and you're going to have your solder lines. That's where your solder lines come in, and that's what puts it together. Okay? And that's why I said that I wanted to do a piece of glass, but I'm like, that's several.
It takes a long time.
It does.
Right.
Because I don't
Hours.
think, if people have never done it, it takes longer than you think. And that's why we start out with a beginner's class, because it's around 2.5 hours. Okay, so we've got it fitted together, we've got the copper foil, and we've done the solder. So the next thing you're going to do, you get it all soldered together, and you would take it, in this case, this one's actually got a frame. Not all of them do. Some of them are free flow.
Okay.
But you would take that piece apart, and then you decide whether you want to patina. Patina gives it color. If you want something beside a silver solder line, you can pick a green, a brown, a pewter, a black, and that gives it a lot of dimension. So I'm going to take you over to a finished piece that's in the window. And here's several samples. So for example, you can see that this is black patina. So you will put that patina chemical on there, and then you take it and you have to shine it. So there's a lot of polishing involved. And you think, oh, I'm done. Nope, you're not done. All right, so the next thing you've got to do, you've got your black on there, you've cleaned it all off. When I say clean it, we have to take all because what will happen when you hold it up, you'll see all this, I call it dirt, but it's really a residue from the chemical. You get all of that cleaned off. And you go, am I done yet? Nope, not done yet. So the next step is polish. We actually take a polish and we polish the entire piece and go through that cleaning process once more. So it is quite involved. And
Yes.
don't let me forget that one thing that you always have to remember, and we make jokes about it all the time. We finish a piece and then go, we didn't put the hook. So we have to go back and put the hook or the chain.
Those are beautiful. I like the finish. It just adds a little bit more detail to it.
I do too. And the great thing about it is, you know, it just depends, like certain colors, oranges and greens, we use a copper patina that is beautiful because it accents that color scheme. But then, you know, you've got others like in the iridescent, see this, just leaving it silver is just beautiful.
It is,
And
it really,
it's kind of a personal decision too on
what
you
you
want
like.
to do.
And you can really create anything. Is that right? I mean, I know you have a lot of people that bring in pictures of their animals, which would probably be one of the things I would do is bring in a cat or a dog and say, I want to create a piece of stained glass for them. And so you do that a lot.
I was going to say, it's amazing how many pets we do. I'm a big pet lover, have 2 dogs, and I actually have worked with people who bring their pictures and go, can you do this? And so the first thing we do is design the picture of the animal, and it is a one of a kind because it's their pet.
It's their pet.
And then we create the piece for them, and it's amazing. You can take that picture and then put that stained glass piece, and it is amazing what you have.
I would love to do that. I think that would, it's personal.
It
means a lot to you.
Well, and my dad was a big classic car guy. And so I've also done like a 65 Mustang. You know, you get into cars, you can actually do people's cars. It's great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the fused glass and what the difference is, because that's just stained glass.
That's just
correct?
stained glass.
Tell me a little bit about the fused.
Okay.
And you do that in a totally different room,
Yes,
correct?
let me take you in there so that you can see the glass and you can see some of the tools in which we have to use.
Felicia, we are in a different room now, and we're going to talk about fused glass. So tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so fusing is another type of, I won't call it stained glass, but it's its own art. And there's particular glass that you have to use. You can't use regular stained glass. You have to use glass that has the capability to actually slump or be formed into some type of mold in the kiln. And so with fused glass, you have a lot of fun with it. You don't have to have as much experience. To me, it's less of a process than stained glass. For example, you could take that glass and you could cut a circle, and you could actually take it, put it on one of these molds, put it in a slump schedule in the kiln, and whenever it came out, you would have a bowl. So that, I mean, it's a lot easier. It is. In fact, a lot of children like to do it because it's easy. It's the cutting the glass thing. Once I can get them where I feel like they're old enough to cut the glass, they can make things like that all day long.
Like that.
So,
like that.
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the machine that's right here in front of us.
Okay, so the kiln is basically equipment that will slump, it will contour, it will tack.
Okay.
And full fuse. I think I'm getting all of those. And what that means is there's a schedule for each one. So sometimes it may be in the kiln 12 hours, it may be in there 14 hours. It could be temperature-wise, it can go anywhere to, I think, to like 1,400 degrees. Okay. The kiln usually runs 12 to 14 hours at a time, and some pieces need multiple firings. So sometimes you can work on a piece and you may have fired it 4 or 5 times.
And it's still not done.
That's right, it's still not done. Then there's other times, like where I was explaining about the molds, it's one time and you're done.
And you're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has a lot of versatility.
Yeah, it gets hot in here. I know we talked about this
It
before.
does,
It is
yeah.
really working. So we have had a great day. I'm so excited. I can't wait to come back and actually create some pieces. I think all of our chamber girls are going to come and hopefully take a class with you. So I appreciate you being on the show today. If our viewers want to come visit you or just come see the shop, can you share your contact information?
Yes, we are at 9974 Traders Lane Extension. I tell everybody to look for the Calabash Water Tower if you think you're going to get lost. It's real easy to find. Right. We do have a website. Our page is www.firedup4glass.com.
Okay.
The store number is 910-575-3503.
Okay, and you have a Facebook page.
We have a Facebook, Twitter, we have Pinterest. We're trying to have it all. I mean,
what days of the week are you open?
We are open right now. We have winter and summer hours, and since we just bought the business in August of 2015, we're steadily open Tuesday through Friday, and right now every other weekend. Our calendar is also on our webpage, so people know when we're here. We're doing a transition. We hope this summer to start opening every Saturday and add classes on Tuesday and Thursday nights. Okay. But just stay tuned for, as we grow.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being on our show again, Miss Cool Reflections in Calabash. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm here at Island Seafood Company with Richard Kraft, the owner, at Ocean Isle Beach. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for being here.
We know you moved locations a couple months ago. You were on the Causeway at Ocean Isle Beach, and now you are located in the old Tulip Tree Boutique building. And I think it's a great location. I'm so glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about when you got started with this company.
2013. We opened on the Causeway, like I said, up at Ocean Isle. We were there 3.5 years.
Okay, and then just moved here?
Moved here in November.
What made you get in this business?
Just, I'm a seafood lover. I love a variety of seafood, and what better way, you know, just open a seafood market.
Yeah. Are you a local here in Brunswick County?
Now.
I've been here a long time.
Yes, ma'am. Well, originally from Gaston County.
I think our locals really appreciate a business like this. We're going to go through some of the different fish and shrimp and things like that here. Tell me a little bit about just some of the things that you can do or you have here for our locals.
Well, we fresh local seafood all the time, of course. Clams, oysters. We can peel and devein your shrimp.
Okay.
We can clean your fish if you're out fishing and just don't have time to do it. We can do that.
And where are these fish and shrimp coming from? Are they local? Local.
Yeah, I get stuff in from Southport, Hampstead, Holden Beach, down at Merle's Inlet, even, you know, wherever the best fish are is where we're going.
And you also have some supplies here. If somebody is cooking the shrimp or the fish, so that's really nice too. So we appreciate that. Richard, we're going to do some fun things today. I'm really excited to get down and dirty here at Island Seafood. We are going to scale a fish. We're going to talk about the different fish that you have. You've actually got some in the back to show us. We may wash some oysters, and then I'm going to do something fun with an oyster at the end of the show with Amanda. So I'm really excited about that. So I've got my boots on, I got my apron on, we're going to put some gloves on, so we're getting ready to start.
Ready to go.
So,
all right.
Okay, let's go. Okay, Richard, we are in the back of the store right now where you do all the cleaning of the fish and the shrimp and the oysters and all of that. We're going to briefly talk about the fish that we have in front of us. Right. Tell me a little bit about each fish and what we have here.
Okay. The big one on the back, that's a snowy grouper.
Okay, it's big.
It's big, probably
you said this is a small.
20 pound range, and that's not our, we get them a lot bigger.
Okay.
Atlantic salmon, that's not a local fish, it's Canadian.
Okay, it's beautiful though.
All these are the ones that are local. This is a tile fish.
Okay.
The trigger fish, this is a vermilion snapper, black sea bass, and flounder.
And all of them you can find right here except for this one?
Pretty much, yes ma'am.
Okay. Now tell me a little bit so our viewers know, what is the price range on the fish if they want to come in and buy a pound of flounder or something like that?
Groupers range, just depending on the market price, they range anywhere from $18 up to $25 a pound. Salmon's going to run anywhere from $10 to $13 a pound. Tile fish, they usually range 14 to 17.
Okay.
Triggerfish, pretty much the same, 14 to 17. Snapper, 12 to $15 a pound. And sea bass, same thing, 12 to $15 a pound, just depending on the market price. And flounders, they can drop as low as $7.99 a pound for fillets, up to $12 or $13 a pound.
But like you said, that could change weekly.
Oh yeah.
Okay, depending on the market. Okay. You run specials every week, I've noticed. I've looked at your Facebook and your website. Y'all do a really good job on your Facebook page. I know Anna controls that for you, but you post your specials for your locals, and it could be a different fish every week.
Oh yeah.
And you do shrimp as well?
Shrimp as well. We have a 3-pound special right now on shrimp. You save $1 a pound, and when you buy 3 pounds or more.
Now what is, with the shrimp and the crab and things like that, what is the price range on those?
Shrimp, usually we have 3 sizes, a small, medium, and large, and they'll range from $8 to $12.99, somewhere in there. Okay. And peel and deveined, we offer that as well. Okay,
so if they wanted you to go ahead and do that and have that covered when they pick it up. Okay. And you can call and just tell them your order or do it online, is that correct?
We can do any size.
I know one of our staff members at the chamber just calls you and says, I need this, and she just picks it right up. So that's wonderful. It's a great service to offer. So tell me a little bit about what I'm getting ready to do.
All right.
This is something I've never done before, so I'm excited.
We're going to let you scale a flounder.
Okay. And then we're going to cut its head off?
Cut its head off, that's right.
Okay, so we're going to scale it first.
Okay.
And tell me about this machine you're using right now.
This is just an electric fish scaler.
Okay.
Very easy. Sort of like trimming its hair.
Okay.
There you go. You can feel them coming right off.
Yeah, that's not really that hard. Am I doing that right?
You're doing it right.
And you do this with every flounder, every fish that comes in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is there a different way
fish-
to do this, or does everybody use this machine now?
No, we have these hand scalers too.
Okay. And how do I know when it's all scales are
You're
off?
pretty well done right there.
Okay.
I'm going to flip it over.
And do it on this side
Do
too?
that side too, the same way.
Whoop.
Got it.
It's harder to tell on this side.
Yeah, the white side is.
So how would you tell kind of when I'm got all the scales off?
Pretty much got it, maybe just a little more right on the edge here.
You just make sure you cover you're hitting every piece.
Just
Okay.
every.
Okay, is that good?
That's probably good.
Okay.
Get that off.
Yeah, that's not too bad. It's not hard to do.
Get my water.
Okay.
Rinse them off. Just pass that in front of you there.
Okay. Need to learn how to cook fish, Richard.
It's easy. Very easy.
Because I love it. I love to eat it. I just don't know how to cook it
There you
yet.
go.
Okay, we're gonna
Now,
cut the head off.
You can
right?
either turn it up this way,
Okay.
cut it right through here. You can leave it laying flat and cut it right
I think
through
I'm gonna try it flat, and then if I can't quite get it, then we'll.
Get through that bone, it'll come right. There you go.
This is the tough part.
Yep.
Is that about?
Sort of lean it up like that and then just
Okay.
cut it right down. There
Okay.
you go.
Pretty
There's
good.
the flounder.
It's pretty tough though. And on this one, I know we talked about you cleared everything out of this one. Is that correct? In case somebody wanted to stuff it.
Right.
And what would they stuff it with?
Anything from wild rice to diced bacon, onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, Parmesan cheese. Anything can go in here. And there's no bones. Stuff it and bake it. It's
Do
ready
they have
go.
to call specifically and request for this, or do you just
Not
do
really.
a couple
I
a
can do
day?
it- I can do it,
Okay.
you know, upon request. I try to have some out at all times.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that would be good. Delicious.
it's very easy.
Okay, so what else would you have to do with this fish to get it ready?
It is pretty much ready. I would just clean the bloodline out of there a little bit. Wash it out. And this one's ready to pan fry or bake. We didn't fillet that.
Right.
We could fillet it if we wanted to.
And that's what you have out front.
I have fillets out front.
Okay. Well, good. That wasn't too bad.
Very easy.
Okay, so I think next what we're going to do is maybe eat an oyster, or we might wash some oysters. So we'll be right back.
All right.
Welcome back to Being Brunswick. I'm still here with Richard at Island Seafood, and tell me a little bit about what I'm going to do next.
All right, I'm going to show you how to peel and devein shrimp.
Okay. And I need to learn how to do this because I now know how to fix shrimp and gravy. So
All
this will
right,
be my next
this is
meal.
perfect. All right, take the shrimp deveiner,
Okay.
go right in the vein of the shrimp, right down the back, and push it all the way through.
And I know you said there's something on the end that could cut
Yep,
you, just
there
to be
is
careful.
a little barb right there on
Okay.
the end.
Okay. Now
They
I'm
hurt,
going
they
to
do
try
that.
it.
All right,
So hold it this way or the other way?
Nope, the other way.
Hold it this
There you
way?
go.
Okay.
and hold that straight. Go right underneath the shell.
Okay.
Just follow it right around. There you go. Kind of hold it from the tail.
Okay.
Push the tool right through it, straight through it. Push it straight on through. There you go.
Okay. Not too bad. Did I do that right?
Legs off. Yeah, you pretty much got it.
Okay. Take me a few times. Let's see.
Yep. Turn him straight up.
Here.
Get right in. Right around the back. Straight through. Just push straight through.
And it just comes right off. Okay. Might have to take some shrimp home with me tonight. Cook. That's the hardest part for me, is getting it right there.
That curve will go right around the shrimp's back. There you go. Push it straight on through. It'll roll right off.
Perfect. Okay, wasn't too bad. Just make sure all that is off.
Yep.
Okay.
We usually just put them in a strainer and rinse them, really good.
And then they'd be ready to cook.
Ready to cook. Peeled in the vein.
Perfect. Not too bad. I had fun doing all that we did today. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna go. I think I'm gonna eat an oyster.
All right.
So let's go do that.
Give it a shot.
Thank you so much for being on the show today. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. So I'm ready to cook some fish and some shrimp. So thanks so much for being on the show today. If our viewers are interested in coming to visit y'all or checking out your Facebook and your website, will you share your phone number and address?
Sure. 910-579-5777, and it's 6778 Beach Drive, and that's Ocean Isle Beach.
And you're right here where the tulip tree used to be. So yes. And you also have a website, which is islandseafoodoib.com, and you do a really good job with your Facebook, posting local specials and things like that. And then also, one thing we talked about earlier was you also can deliver now. So that's something you are just now starting. You have a truck, so you can deliver to our locals. So that's a great thing that we want our viewers to know. So I think the last thing we are going to do is, I don't really like oysters, and I think I've maybe had one. So with me planning the Oyster Festival, we thought it would be appropriate that I shoot an oyster. So we are going to cheers and I'll shoot an oyster. So thank you again for being on the show. Thanks.
Thank you. There you go.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Very good.
Okay, is it going to come out?
James River, Virginia oyster. It'll slide right out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Actually wasn't bad. That was good.
That's good. All right. First one.
That was good. Thanks so much. Thank you for watching Being Brunswick. If you have any new ideas, please contact us at the Chamber at 910-754-6644. Thanks again, and we'll see you next month.